Let's see. Tonight. Let's see. See how fast we can go on tonight. It's working on it. It's working on it. There we go. Now we're up. I think. Yeah, we are. Okay, good. Tremendous. Welcome to my Patriots. Hello, Chris from Illinois. How are you? Welcome aboard. Hey, Alyssa. What's going on? My man, Brian. Welcome. I miss you, Brian. Where are you? Kelly, hello. Joseph, hello. Dicko, what's up? Greg, Gold Coast. Hello, Sophie from Chicago. I'm glad you and your husband are watching. Hello, Erica from New York. How are you? Welcome to the show. Melissa from Tennessee. Keith from Texas. Janice on the Big Island. Let's see. Is it Jeray from Minnesota? Cool name. Welcome, Jenny from Wisconsin. Rose from Sydney, Australia. Robin from Atlanta. Welcome. Hi, Brandy. Hello. So you watched last night and got lost. It's okay. Ryan from Ann Arbor, Michigan. I have some really good friends in Ann Arbor, Michigan. What's up, Ethan in the big CW? What's going on? Hello, Sherry from Phoenix and Kelly from Indiana. Hello there. Rebecca from Earth. Hello, Earth. Hello, Rebecca from the Flat Earth. Linda from Triangle, New York. I know where that is. Awesome. Kim from Lake Tahoe, California. Lake Tahoe is supposed to be a beautiful place. I've never been there. I'd love to go someday when they go sane, first of all. Okay. Kara from Texas. I'm glad everyone liked Charlie. Excellent. Iowa. Hello, Iowa. Linda. Hello there. Let's see. Somebody took private lessons from somebody in guns last week. That's awesome. Who was that? That was Aaron. Excellent. Well done, Aaron. Hello, Keith. Where we go one, we go all. Awesome. Feeling great in Idaho, Rebecca. Fantastic. Brenda. Mia. Okay, got it. Hello, Dallas. Welcome. Zoe in Winter Park. There's some really good restaurants in Winter Park. When it becomes sane again, I will go back out to eat in my own area. Okay. Let's see. Orlando, Daniel Flynn. Welcome in Orlando. Are you downtown Orlando or greater Orlando? Because when people ask me where I'm from, I'm like, oh, I'm in Orlando. I'm not really in Orlando. All right. Hello, Linda. How are you? It's like that is Laura Rooney. That is a perfect example. When I say flat earth, I don't literally mean like flat earth. That's not what I mean, guys. I mean, it's like a peppermint candy. That's a perfect example. I don't have any shape here. Like maybe the top of this cap. Like maybe like that a little bit. It's like a peppermint candy. That was so well stated. Thank you very much for that. And that's what they mean by flat, because there is an underworld. Okay? We're going to get into more of that later. And I'm not going to get into it a ton tonight because I have to do more research now because someone challenged my intelligence and now I have to go and find it. See, by the way, Dr. Jason Dean. Hello, Dora Nichols. Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network. Your source for health, freedom, and knowledge. How about these knowledge bombs coming through? How about it? Now, we're getting into that realm of where we have to have discussions every once in a while about broadening your horizons. So, if you get offended by something that is outside of your paradigm, guess what? You're not offended by the person outside the paradigm. You're offended because your mind won't look at it. So, for example, I am willingly admitting in front of you I screwed up. Now, I really didn't screw up, but for 10 years plus, I heard about the flat earth. Now, I didn't poo-poo it as it was not true. I just didn't find interest in going after it because it doesn't change how I operate on a daily basis. But it actually might be the second greatest or third greatest secret that they're keeping from us. And so I said, oh, I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking at it. Now, not that I wasn't looking at it, I'm refusing to. I needed a reason to go look after it. Okay, look for it. And by the way, if you didn't notice, I had 2 guests in a row, 2 days in a row, who both told me flat earth. So Jason said it to me, and he said it to me before that too. So I started thinking about it Saturday. This is what happens with the mind and consciousness. You get one little foot in the door, and then all of a sudden that plants a seed, and then your mind starts going after it, and you go down this long string, and then you get another step. So he said something, I think Saturday, after I'd seen it several times, and then he said it Monday. And he didn't just say it Monday. He was like, oh, of course it is. Like, are you dumb? How do you not know this? And I'm like, okay, there's something to this. But let me just slightly look into it. And then Charlie today, if you haven't seen it today, Charlie's like, yeah, it's a flat earth. And I'm like, okay, now I got to go down this road. And then all I did was do some searching, but and I'll show you where I searched. I'm not going to show everything now. But I did some searching, and I'm like, holy crap, we live on a flat earth. Now, again, it's not like a piece of paper flat. It's like the peppermint patty. Okay? It's like compressed, almost like a pillow type situation. Now, don't ask me a million questions about the sun, the moon, everything else, and all the planets, because I have got to research this. I got to go deeper. But the key here is stop panicking when your mind is challenged, no matter what it is. I didn't say you had to believe it or agree with it. You have to be able to comfortably look at something without panicking, freaking out, getting emotional. I will tell you, there was a moment tonight before I came home at about 7:30 tonight. I was still at the office, and when I looked at one of the maps of the flat earth, I literally, I shot out my head, and I had to hold on to the table because I was like, whoa, my reality just got challenged, and it makes sense. Again, I'm not going to go into everything tonight because I don't know enough about it. But yes, I actually, and I have had this from several people tonight. Well, science shows that it's around Earth and there's planets around us. Have you noticed science has been lying to you a lot lately? Wait a second. Oh, that's right. Science said that you should wear masks and gloves because it prevents nano particle size viruses. Guess what? They created science and they lied to you about it. So embrace your levels of consciousness changing. Science is complete BS. They're lying to you about basically everything. Driving on the way home tonight, I said to my wife, I go, imagine what's in the Vatican vault. Imagine what they haven't told us. And I get excited about it because you know what? Nothing they say, nothing they show me that's true is going to destroy my world. Do you know why? This is the important thing. I have my wife, I have my daughter, I have my family, I help people every day, I serve humanity. So guess what? You can throw anything at me at this point, and I'm not going to crack. I'm not going to break because I have my world. I have my universe. My universe is good. I do good things. I have nothing to worry about. So I want everyone else to stop worrying about everything. I told myself, and by the way, I brought this about. This is actually my own doing. I've told many of you this story before, but I told myself a long time ago when I was a little kid, when I was just a little kid, it didn't make sense. Stuff didn't make sense. And I went, I want to know the truth. I want to know where we come from. I want to know who is God? What is God? What is this thing? Why are we here? And then later on, many, many years later, when I matured a little bit and I could handle it, I said, I want to know the truth again. And I got a little voice and it said, that's fine. But if you're told that everything you ever knew was wrong or incorrect and you had to be re-educated, even down to the God particle, and it was flipped upside down on you, are you going to be okay with that? And all I said was, yeah, I will. Because guess what? If you do good works, if you help and serve people and serve humanity, and you love children and you love people and you have a purpose, nothing can shake that. Nothing will shake you. Stop worrying about everything. If your story is flipped upside down, your life is still going to go on. It doesn't mean you don't get to go to heaven. It doesn't mean that you're going to hell. It means none of that. Listen to Charlie talk today. Go back and re-listen to Charlie. I will tell you, when I watched Charlie today, and I've watched a lot of Charlies, and I purposely took Charlie down that road. I didn't want to go into adrenochrome and kid. We've heard enough of that. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to channel Charlie into the positive of going into our next dimension where we have peace for humanity. And he did not disappoint. I felt so at peace when he was speaking. I was relaxed. I was chill. I wasn't even worried about which direction the interview was going. Sometimes I got to think ahead. I was literally just listening and being in the moment. The present moment, the present time is the only time. You can't change the past. You can create slightly ahead of yourself in the future. You can only live here and now. There is nothing else. Welcome to the whole time and space continuum. There is right now. And then you predict or you create slightly out ahead of yourself. And you can project what you want, but that's going to change over time. So this is not to challenge your story. This is not to destroy your story. This is to help you. There is a great awakening coming. Bigger than you could possibly ever comprehend right now. I don't know if that's in 3 months. I don't know if that's in 6 months. I don't know if that's in the next 5 years or if it's spread out over time. I can't tell you. Don't know. But it's coming. You've been lied to. Charlie talked something about today, duality. There's duality, and then there's oneness. And this doesn't matter what faith you come from. There is duality. There is oneness. That's how the universe works. Duality is the positive, the negative. The positive, the negative. And there's gradients in between. All right? So is bad. And there's no absolutes on either end. Sorry, there's no absolutes. Okay? So for every evil you could possibly imagine, there's an equal opposite beauty, light, whatever you want to call it, right? So imagine this. If you're watching this right now, for our entire lifetimes since we were born into a prison planet. Now, don't freak out. But you are born into this matrix. This matrix of grow up, here's your family, hope you got a good one, hope you didn't get a shitty one, hope they're not beating you, right? And then you go to school, you find out the education system's a joke. They're teaching your kids there's a globe. They're teaching your kids that there's dinosaurs. They're teaching your kids all this BS that we now know, that we're waking up to. And then get that $50,000 to $100,000 education. Make sure you get that $50,000 to $100,000 education. Not that you learned anything, but you bought that piece of paper. You bought that piece of paper right there, right? And then go to work 9 to 5. Go to work 9 to 5. Go to work 9 to 5. Oh, and by the way, the whole time, your whole life, you slave your ass away for a retirement so that you can enjoy your time at the end. And oh, by the way, not only do you slave away for the retirement at the end, you barely get by through the middle, unless you might get a little higher degree and there's a little bit more money coming in, or you hit it really good, or maybe you're a good salesperson, there's a little more money there. But 75+% of the population right now lives day to day and can't handle a $500 emergency bill. You're in the slavery matrix that was designed not only by the bankers, but the ones that control the bankers. So you have been stuck in such a bad energetic paradigm that you have no time, nor do you have any concern about studying your world, your planet, the heavens, God, Christ, whatever you deem important to yourself. You get a couple hours, maybe a week, to sneak some in because you have to worry about the money. You have to worry about the money. There's not enough there. We got to save. We got to put it here. We have to put it into Wall Street. You're putting your life savings and your future into a casino called Wall Street, where, oh, by the way, those bankers set it up just right, where at any point they can grow that bubble and then they can burst it and it all goes away. That's called the slavery system. That is the bottom negative duality of the duality system. Do you want to know the positive pole of the duality system? How about this? Because remember, money's not real. It's a piece of paper. It's a digit on a computer screen. Or even maybe a piece of metal. We've deemed a piece of metal valuable. All right? Okay. So there's no money. It's energy. Water is copious on this planet, so we're not going to run out of water. Food is copious on this planet because you can grow as much as you want. Let's see. Electricity is copious on this planet. We found out Tesla figured that out. So all of our resources are technically unlimited, infinite resources. Oh, wait, you need a home. Okay, that's right. We can grow trees and hemp to build materials so strong that you can build shelter for all of us and never have to worry about the elements or anything like that. Unlimited resources all around us. Unlimited money all around us. Now, I'm not saying you don't have to work for it. There's always going to be an economy system. However, what would our planet and our society and our population look like if money was no object to anyone. And instead of slaving away for the almighty dollar every day, what if you worked and you earned more than enough, even down to the person who has maybe the crummiest job in the world, but earned plenty of money that they didn't have to worry about survival. And they could go home, and then all of us, we weren't worried about the emergency. We weren't worried about survival. And next thing you know, all of us have copious amounts of time to instead not spend our energy worrying, but spend our energy studying, learning, researching. And what if we actually had governments or organizations who actually, instead of working to push us down, they were actually working to lift us up and actually help us explore? What if they're willing to help us explore the outer Antarctica wall? What if they are willing to help us find a way to explore outside the dome that might be above us, other planets? What if they were able to help us explore space travel? What if they were help us explore learning about ourselves? What if they were to help us explore creation, past civilizations, our ancient history? What if they opened up the Vatican vaults and we were allowed to go learn where we come from and how we got here? Life would forever change on planet Earth, and we would probably become a society unlike we have ever seen before. And then instead of us having to play this stupid game of politics all day long and this stupid game of figuring out how to survive the next day, what if we're playing a game where we actually work to find out new innovative ways to do production, new innovative ways of traveling, time travel, wormholes, portals? What if we were able to meet our galactic neighbors? What if they could come here, we could go there? What if instead of living to 65 years old and being in a wheelchair until you're 70 or 80 and being killed off by medications, what if we actually were able to live till 500, 600, 1,000 years old, and then when we die, either we go to the heavens or we go somewhere else, wherever we want to and wherever we choose? Wouldn't that be a much more enjoyable time? Wouldn't that be actual something that would be pleasant? And it's so funny because I actually feel like I'm one of the only ones on camera out there in the video world. There's more, but there are so many people that have such a negative way of going, well, that can't happen. They would never do that. There you are, going back to fear. See, I, in this whole thing, am choosing to look at the potential. What could we have? Wouldn't it be wonderful to do all that stuff? People tell me all the time, there's no way the Federal Reserve is going down. Why not? Why can't it go down? Have some faith. Have some belief. Like, your children are out there saying amazingly brilliant, genius things every day. And as parents, we're like, well, that can't happen. Why can't it happen? Because you've been programmed and they haven't been yet? I'm not a scriptural authority, but didn't Christ say be like a child, or be like the spirit of a child again? So wait a second. Our children who haven't been programmed yet are the ones thinking of bigger, higher, more achievable, massive goals than we are as adults. Because adults are programmed. They've been shut down. Our children are little geniuses created by God. Why do you think they like Planned Parenthood so damn much? It's the destruction of God. It's the destruction of creation. Do you realize if we can get all these kids born and have nuclear amazing families, what we can help these kids do in the world that we could create? They're not conditioned. They're not programmed. A kid plays like crazy. All they think is enjoy and happiness and freedom. You were once like that. You once came out and you just had joy, freedom, happiness, and playfulness. And then you were brought into the Matrix. And that's exactly what we have to shatter. So, we are going to treat our kids differently. We're going to save a lot of children. And we're going to create a brand new, wonderful world in what they call the golden age. That is where we're going to. Now, as I move on, because I wasn't planning on going that long of a rant, but it seemed like the time to do it, I'm going to show you something that some people have seen, some people have not, and this is President Trump with a hot mic. Now, again, not a perfect person. I don't even know if he's playing for the right side. I'm hoping he is still. But always watch someone when they don't necessarily know the cameras and the microphone is on. So I'm going to show you this. This is about 3 minutes long, and just listen to his humor, listen to his kindness, and just watch him as an individual, as a human being.
Something for you. I'm going to try to get this to John.
Okay.
It's just a little takeaway.
You give it to me. Here, give it to me. I'll give it to my guy.
Mr. President, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
This is great.
Yeah, let me have a pen. Hey, could I have a pen, Johnny? Give me a few. Here, come on over here. He looks like a good man. What's his name?
Sure.
Come here. Come here, pal. Let's get over here. I want a little power.
We got to just keep a little, yeah. The president asked for it.
I want them over here. These are the guys. Here, sell this tonight on eBay. You'll get 10,000.
If you will, just try to keep the distance. Okay. You know, just put your mask on for me, guys.
Who's going to get this one? Sell it tonight on eBay, 10,000. Thank you. Thank you, fellas. We okay? Let's go, Steve.
Cameron is the parish that delivered me the highest percentage of any parish or
Delivered
county
me?
in the country.
Oh, that's
Sheriff's right there.
which is the sheriff?
The sheriff right over here. This one right over here, yeah.
Come on over. So we're okay? Everything?
Sure.
My people look good? Give me a piece of paper. Give me a.
Sure.
You have a tag?
Yeah, sheriff.
Give me a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Mike, how are you, man?
Good, John.
So you'll be okay, right? Won't be pleasant.
Parish delivered the highest
You'll get it back,
of
yeah.
any parish.
Now,
Get her mask, put her on, guys.
if I put your name down, it loses a lot of value. So just sell it tonight on eBay. Give me another one, John. Thank you. We'll take good care. We're gonna work with the guys. We're gonna give you what you need, fast. Here's a pen.
All right, Karen, I'll give you a king cake for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Great job. Great job.
Mr. President, I graduated from law school with this.
That's the smartest guy in our class.
Is that right? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was smart. No.
President, thank you for being here, sir. God bless you, and we're with you.
Thank you, fellas. We'll get you what you
This is
need.
the one with the highest percentage, right? No country.
And I changed your phone number a little bit. I appreciate it.
Oh, you changed?
Hey, we need your help.
We'll get you. No,
He's
we'll,
good, good term. Good to Hey, brother, you too. He's got our back. He's got our back. Yeah, absolutely. I got some pictures of it. I made it, man. Thank you. Hey, Mike. We got one more stuff.
He appears to be a very down-to-earth individual. He's just hanging out with people. He's relaxing. Now, this was right after Kenosha, I believe. Now, I'm going to show you a Twitter feed because this is the insanity of the deep state that we're playing against. And again, remember I said I don't want to deal with the politics. I want to be over the politics. We need to get through this election because they're throwing everything at it. This was what they promoted during his walk through the destruction. Now, this is Jack Murphy, at Jack Murphy Live, and he is actually a former, well, he's more of a liberal reporter, and he used to be very much against Trump, and now he's actually for him, but he's a liberal reporter. I just took a peek into the blue check liberal Twitter, and oh man, we don't exist in the same reality. He says, read this tweet and the comments. I'm utterly perplexed. Don't harass anyone there. Just look. How is this Trump's fault? So literally, if I go to this one, it's one of the blue check marks or white check marks. He walked through the destruction today. And literally, they're blaming him on the destruction. So FDR had the New Deal, JFK had civil rights, and here's what Trump has. As if he's responsible for their people destroying their world. And then if you look down, I'm not going to go through all these, but like, it's literally a bunch of liberal, like this. I'm literally going to leave this as the last part. They're trying to say that this is what Trump's America after less than 4 years looks like. Would you like it to be another 4? That is what we're dealing with as the other side in this election. The destruction, by the way, again, the president has offered federal help to any city and state that would like it, and he would actually bring in the National Guard and end it in 24 hours. And they have denied him every single time, but then they turn around and say, this is Trump's America. Now, again, I'm not playing the political game at all. I'm just trying to show you how insane one side is versus another side trying to build back up. Completely insane. Now, I'm going to show you this one next because apparently Nancy Pelosi, she needed her hair done. Nancy, by the way, ladies, what do you pay for like haircut? I know my wife does not. My wife gets her hair done. It's beautiful every time she does it, but she doesn't spend crazy amounts because like she thinks it's insane. But yet I've heard some crazy numbers on what women spend on hair. And I am curious what this insane, batshit crazy woman is spending on her hair. By the way, just so you know, to lead into this tweet and this story, she was caught on camera in a hair salon that's supposed to be locked down, getting her hair cut, walking through a room with definitely no mask on. All right? So, this is what the tweet looks like from KTVU. breaking Nancy Pelosi's office has confirmed the speaker got her haircut indoors in a San Francisco salon, but they released a statement claiming she didn't know she'd done anything wrong. I gotta click on it because I need to know. I just need to understand what they're thinking. I have not looked at this. I have no idea what it says, but it's just too priceless. She didn't know. Let's maybe this is a short. It has to be a short article. Oh, okay, it's a short article. I'll read the short article because it's really short. San Francisco. A trip to San Francisco salon has turned into a controversy for House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, whose office tells KTVU she didn't think she did anything wrong by getting her hair done indoors on Monday. Security footage reported on Fox News shows Pelosi with wet hair and without a mask inside E-Salon in apparent defiance of COVID-19 rules. In San Francisco, face coverings are mandatory in public settings. Salons may only cut hair outdoors under new rules that took effect today. The speaker always wears a mask and complies with local COVID requirements. This business offered for the speaker to come in on Monday and told her they were allowed by the city to have one customer at a time in the business. The speaker complied with the rules as presented to her by this establishment. So she doesn't know the rules of her own district. On Tuesday afternoon, E-Salon appeared to be closed. KTVU has not yet reached the salon owner. But according to Fox News, the owner, Erica Kia, said that Pelosi had an appointment with a stylist who rents space in the Union Street salon. It was a slap in the face as she went in, that she feels she can just go and get her stuff done while no one else can go in and I can't work, he said. Or she said, I'm sorry. The stylist washed Pelosi's hair and gave her a blow dry. And then she went to the Golden Gate Bridge. Oh my God. This is priceless. Welcome to the political establishment, just as the president had stated. Now, we're going to make it a quicker night tonight because it's been a crazy week and I've been going crazy on interviews, and I have another one tomorrow night that I'm going to tell you about that is very special. And then I'm going to be interviewed on Friday. So it's been a busy week. So tonight we're going to do a briefer version, okay? But I have a couple more things to show you. Now, this one you might find very interesting as we show a positive note. Look who that is.
No, I don't. No.
Why do you think that?
I'd like to be a queen of people's hearts, in people's hearts. But I don't see myself being queen of this country. I don't think many people would want me to be queen. Actually, when I say many people, I mean the establishment that I'm married into, because they've decided that I'm a non-starter.
Why do you think they've decided that?
Because I do things differently. Because I don't go by a rule book. Because I lead from the heart, not the head. And albeit that's got me into trouble in my work, I understand that. But someone's got to go out there and love people and show it.
Someone's got to go out there, love people, and show it. That was a princess. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've been skeptical about all of these conspiracies. However, anything's possible now. Who knows? Maybe she's still alive. Maybe she's in the background. Maybe this is the whole Q movement. Maybe this is exactly what it is. Hell, if we can live on a flat Earth with a lot of different islands around Antarctica, anything is possible. Which leads me into this interesting little video. Now, this video, before I show you, some people are going to say, that's not real, no way. However, this was actually reported and tweeted by a CNN. Now, I'm not saying CNN is a great source, but I can tell this is legit. So I'm going to show you what it is, because we have volcanoes working. I'm going to show this a couple times because it's a short clip, so watch it a couple times. It is a volcano with a smiley face. And that volcano is possibly ready to erupt. So, I don't know what to say, but we are in 2020 where anything is possible. Which is, I think that's the freaking coolest thing ever on the face of the planet. Not really, but you know what I mean. So, anything is possible. I, again, have not researched enough about flat Earth, but I will tell you, I am like I'm there now. I mean, it's, and it's funny because I have to research it, but there's an admiral bird that apparently he was exploring and he ran up against a giant ice wall that you couldn't get over. But then I think he flew, which this is completely off the top of my head and I have not cited enough. So if I'm getting it messed up, no worries. I'll come back and clear it up after I study. But apparently either him or others have actually flown over the ice wall and found land on the other side. And that it's actually very possible that we have islands all the way around. And isn't it interesting that the elite and the globalists like John Kerry all go to Antarctica for some strange reason? And that is possibly where inner Earth is, or there's an opening to inner Earth, which is a whole other world below us. And then the other fascinating thing is, and by the way, after I posted, let me read this real quick to you so I can give you the exact words. I don't want to paraphrase this. After I posted this today about the flat earth theory, my good friend, who I trust greatly, who's been on this show, but I'm going to protect him here, Dean, is your post about Admiral Byrd? My neighbor was a Navy SEAL back in the day and knew all about him. Was telling me crazy stories about him. Blew my mind. So there's others that knew Byrd and knew the stories and have been hearing things like this, which is also fascinating because if you remember several months back, the president of the United States stated that we had to make and send more icebreakers, ships, to Antarctica to break up the ice. I don't know what he was talking about at the time. At the time, we just completely, I kind of just completely glazed over. I did report it one night on the show. I do recall that segment. Okay. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. Here you go. I'll show you this. I wasn't planning on bringing this up, but I remember it happening. Let's see. Here we go. Let me expand this article because I don't fully remember the whole thing that was said, but this makes it even more interesting now. Trump memo demands new fleet of Arctic icebreakers to be ready by 2029. This was from June 9th. U.S. President Trump ordered a review of the country's requirements for ice-breaking capabilities in the Arctic and Antarctic regions, with the goal of getting a fleet in place by 2029. The memo is directed at Defense, State, Commerce, and Homeland Security departments, as well as the Office of Management and Budget. Much of it directs work already in progress, including building a fleet of at least 3 heavy icebreakers, but says the remaining ships not under contract should be reviewed. What can be done to maximize their utility in the frozen poles? The memo calls for an assessment of expanded operational capabilities with estimated associated costs for both heavy and medium polar security cutters not yet contracted for, specifically including the maximum use of any such PSC with respect to its ability to support national security objectives. Trump's directive to assess the current plan to field an Arctic maritime capability over the next decade is the latest sign that the administration is increasingly concerned about Russia and Chinese activity in the northern region, which could threaten America's interests in crucial checkpoints such as Greenland, Iceland, United Kingdom Gap. They announced that it signed a $746 million contract with VT Halter Marine of Pascagoula, Mississippi. I totally am mispronouncing that. For the detailed design and construction of its first polar security cutter, the first of the heavy icebreakers. And they're passing it through congressional budget. The memo asks for use in cases in the Arctic that span the full range of national and economic security missions, including the facilitation of resource exploration and exploitation and undersea cable laying and maintenance that may be executed. So a lot of different interesting information in there, which I'll have to read over later. I don't want to take you through the whole thing. But there is very possibly a lot of things, people, ETs living on the other side of the ice wall. Oh, by the way, I think I left off that Hitler supposedly has been there, amongst many others. And then apparently you're not allowed to fly below a certain region. And that they have flown over it. And I think it was Bird, but I'm not positive. Flew over it and they saw other lands. I don't know. Pascagoula. Thank you, everybody. Pascagoula is the correct pronunciation of that nice little town or city in Mississippi. Thank you very much. All of you. Are many of you from Mississippi? I thank you for the correction. Now I know. Excellent. That is what I had to report on the Flat Earth tonight because I'm still learning about it. And I am excited to learn. I'm going to almost guarantee you my Friday night through Sunday, other than being with family, will be watching documentaries and studying the Flat Earth because I find it very fascinating. Okay, so I will let you know what I find. Who has questions tonight? I'm only going to do a couple questions because then I'm going to go to bed. Let me bring up the websites in case you need any healthcare help. NoblePatriotHealth.com if you want to be a patient of mine. I have about a, 4 to 6 week wait or something like that. We have other associates as well that can help. We have Dr. Palmer as well, my wife. And then we have NoblePatriotKids.com for the children's supplementation. And I have Patriot Nutrition Iodine coming very quickly. And I have protocols coming very quickly. It's what I work on, in my spare time. What are the questions? Okay. Source for gold and available resources is USCoinCapital.com. Sorry. Let's see. Someone's reading the Book of Enoch. Fantastic. I don't know on the whole dinosaur thing, guys. I have heard that before. So I have heard these things, but I've never studied them. I have heard there are not dinosaurs. And I have heard also that oil is not a limited resource. Oil is actually abiotic, meaning it regenerates itself and it has nothing to do with dinosaurs or fossils or anything like that. So the abiotic, I have read about abiotic, not deep, but I've read about it. The oil is abiotic, and that we are not going to run out of oil. And also I've read that oil actually does not hurt the atmosphere. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, okay? I'm just letting you know. That's what I've read, all right? Pancreatitis. If you have pancreatitis, that means you eat way too many carbs. Give me a call and I'll help you do it. If not dinos, what are they? I don't know. I don't have all the answers for you. I've heard that they've actually faked the ones in the museums. Keep in mind, I don't know if I have it here or not. 1 second. Our occulted history. This actually talks about how when there's an archaeological dig, the powers that be go in and they stop us from finding out the truth. So, let's see. Suppression by the Smithsonian. That's a chat. One of the chapters in here is suppression by the Smithsonian. Page 38. I haven't read it in a long time, so I don't remember exactly what was in it. So suppression by the Smithsonian. All right. This is Jim Mars. So this basically goes into, I'll reread this tonight, maybe. But this is the great. If you have not gotten this book, get this book and read this book. This goes through. I'm gonna have to reread this because this is going to mean a whole lot of different stuff to me now than it then did. Let me go through the chapters here. I would love to read you the chapter. Is that okay if I read you the chapters? Okay, good. So, the Big Bang question, search for the 10th planet, the Sumerian account, mingling of the waters, Martian life, moon anomalies, the Big Whack, spaceship moon, non-humans on the moon, lost probes, Darwinism under fire, human chronology revisited, maverick scientists quelled, suppression by the Smithsonian, hoaxes and forgeries, the wealthy control research, CIA involvement, human origins controversy, remote viewing remote viewing human origins, Ori structures, the Coral Castle, which is in Miami, strange artifacts, elongated skulls, and the Star Child. The Osirian, Karnak, Gobekli Tepe, Baalbek, Pyramid Power, Cosmic Watt, Pyramids as Star Maps, Forgotten Pyramids, Where Was Atlantis, the Bimini Road, the Minoan Empire in Santorini, the South China Sea, Out of This World, Pole Shift in Antarctica, A Worldwide Civilization, Cuneiform Tablets, Longevity in Numbers, Myth or History, Anunnaki Improving the Breed, the Nephilim Chain of Command, Sitchin's Critics, An Early Gold Rush, Out of Africa, The Hybrid, Longevity and Another Noah, Separating the Humans, Kings in Conflict, Atomic War, History Becoming Mythology, Give Me That Old Time Religion, Show Me the Money, Ancient Egypt, Classical Greece. Okay, some of them they get kind of boring after that, or just Hitler and the Blue Bloods, A Unique Gold Book, Masters of Control, Voices of the Elite. Jim Mars, Our Occulted History. Do the global elite conceal ancient aliens? All right, wonderful folks. Wonderful noble patriots. I love you all. I'm going to go get some rest, and I'm going to go study the flat earth. And I would like to tell you tomorrow I have on a very, very special guest. Okay? Her name is Samantha. She is a student. She is a young lady who is going to tell us and show us the challenges of being in the school system and being a patriotic, conservative, but scientific, very analytical mind in a very liberal Marxist world. And we're going to talk for a little bit on that battle that she goes through on a daily basis. If you have children, I suggest you watch tomorrow night. And then after that, she is going to put on a concert for you because she is an amazing artist and she's going to play her instrument for you for your own personal concert. So I'm bringing you your own personal concert tomorrow night. So I hope you enjoy it. We will see you tomorrow. I'm going to get her set up. We're going to talk first, and then she is going to play you beautiful music for the end of the show tomorrow night. So, guys, I love you all. As always, go out, serve, and help someone tomorrow. Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network, signing off. Love you all.